We got some of this earlier. 9 on Your Side's Allie Kramer has been following this all morning. She is live at High Point Health Hospital, where most of the kids were taken. Let's go to Allie now with the latest on what you're hearing, Allie, and you're talking to parents and kids.
Well, exactly, Julian. It was just a flurry of parents just panicked trying to get into High Point Health Hospital here into the lobby where they were met by those school officials. But things have calmed down a little. Some parents have come out to talk to us saying that their kids are okay. Their kids are being released from the hospital. But, you know, it's just some horribly tense moments as they tried and waited to see where their kids were and if they were okay. Now, we talked to one woman who had 2 nephews on the bus. They are 13-year-old cousins, Caden and Jordan, and Krista Armbruster. She tells us that the boys kind of noticed the bus driver, they call him Ray, they noticed him swerve and then crash into the back of that Rumpke truck. I just talked to Cadence moments ago as he was being released, and he was absolutely certain that a car pulled out in front of that bus. He was sitting in the 3rd seat, the 3rd row back on that bus. But again, those boys just kind of describing it to their mother and their aunt, saying that some of the seats collapsed and actually pinned Jordan inside the bus. Krista says that Cadence tried to pull him out from under the seat, but then others who rushed onto the bus to help those kids made him stop and get off the bus himself until some of those other first responders arrived. What's really most shocking to Krista is that their beloved bus driver, Ray, was behind the wheel.
Ray's an excellent driver. I mean, like I said, he's drove my whole life. Everybody knows Ray. He's real cautious. He's real slow. You know, you wave at him, he waves back. Everybody knows him. So when we heard it was him, we thought maybe something serious happened to him while he was driving, but he seems to be okay, as far as we know.
You know, there was a lot of concern for the bus driver. Everybody seems to know Ray. Krista told us that he was her bus driver back when she was in kindergarten. So he has been driving for a very long time. We know that he is okay. Cadence told us that he saw him inside High Point Hospital being checked out, but he was out of that bus checking on the students from what we've been told just after the crash. So again, we're out here talking to students and parents. Another student who says he was just 4 or 5 rows back. You'll hear from him coming up in just a little bit here at 12:30. But for now, reporting live, Allie Kramer, 9 on Your Side.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard all of that live news conference, Allie, but they were talking about how that driver, Ray, was shouldering a lot of the burden of this, as you can imagine, and he is much loved by this community. Let's go to Chopper 9, the only local helicopter getting you breaking news first. Dan was above the scene not long after this crash as investigators were piecing together what happened. Dan, what can you tell us? I mean, I'm looking at a blank roadway there. Everything all cleared now?
Yeah, well, this is where the accident happened, Julian. It's been clear for a little while now that about all that's left is that material that they use to absorb the fluids that spill when there's an accident like this. The investigative work, however, continues. So this portion of 350 remains shut down as they have a device on a tripod, and it looks like it's taking panoramic photos of this area so they can have all the sight lines and all the other information they can gather from this particular device. So this part of 350 outside of Aurora remains closed. They're using Old State Route 350 to detour around this as they continue to investigate the accident scene. But we talked about it a little bit earlier. I think it's a very good sign that they went ahead and towed those vehicles away as soon as they did. And we heard the injuries are life-threatening, and it looks like quite possibly they will stay that way. I'm Dan Carroll in Chopper 9.
And yes, to clarify, non-life-threatening. Thanks, Dan. We'll follow this breaking story all afternoon. You can count on 9 on Your Side to cover that and all breaking news whenever it happens, not just on the air, but download the app in Google Play or the Apple Store now and sign up for push alerts sent directly to your phone.